it's important that ASIC does its job well. I think they've got huge room for improvement. One thing I'd like to see in there, Chris, is that I'd like to see a detective, someone with criminal knowledge of how to lay charges, etc. We're getting evidence of fraud, forgery through our financial planning inquiry and ASIC inquiry. When that's handed on to the DPP, I think the DPP is simply overloaded with work, and sometimes these charges are not laid. If we had someone in ASIC could do that job, ASIC could then lay the charges, whether they be civil or criminal. So I think there's a lot of room for improvement. David Murray suggested we looked at it. Josh Frydenberg has now announced that. And I'm keen to talk to the committee to drop some ideas to them, just like I said to you then, Chris.
So you believe that white-collar criminals in Australia are essentially getting away with it because the cases are kind of falling between the cracks here, between, say, ASIC, the DPP?
Chris, absolutely. I could give you a name. I won't name him. But over $60 million was invested to this bloke. Now the money's disappeared. ASIC gave a referral to DPP. The DPP said, we need more information. This is a couple of years ago. ASIC provided them more information. Nothing was done. I've now got ASIC revisiting it and going back to the DPP. $60 million of Australians' money has disappeared and nothing has happened. Where's it gone? I think it's been a Ponzi scheme. That's my opinion. The amazing thing, Chris, is you go down to the fuel station, go down to the local BP or whatever, fill your car with petrol and do a runner. Probably within 5 minutes you'll have 3 police cars right behind you. But slice off $60 million and years later you're walking free. That is so wrong in my opinion.
So the government is reviewing the capabilities of ASIC. I imagine that you've made this suggestion of ASIC having some kind of investigational powers. What's the reaction been?
Now, I've still got to meet with that new committee, which includes Mr Galbally, etc. I want to run this idea past. I know just the bloke who's an accountant, a barrister, and has worked in the fraud squad. And he'd be a very good man to be employed there in ASIC, so that when we get the evidence of forgery and fraud, ASIC goes in and says, righto, this is a criminal offence, there's clear evidence here. ASIC lays the criminal charges and runs them off to court. My concern is the DPP is overloaded, and I know they're overloaded with work, and hence they receive a lot of information forwarded on from organisations such as ASIC. We don't seem to be seeing the results or the charges being laid. That is one of my great concerns.